Tonight, Fox 13 News has confirmed there is a criminal investigation into the Utah-based nonprofit Operation Underground Railroad.
The organization works to rescue human trafficking victims around the world.
If one thing I've learned over the last 3 years is trust but verify. Do not blindly accept anything that comes your way. Today we're going to talk about Tim Ballard and the Sounds of Freedom. It's pretty common knowledge that this movie was made over 5 years ago with the financing of Carlos Slim. Here's Tim Ballard telling you that right from his own mouth.
Who's paying for this movie to come about?
I think Jim's. Aren't you fitting the bill? A great group of people have come together to invest in this production. Some of them, the Carlos Slim family is involved.
Really?
From Mexico.
In the Times is Carlos Slim. Now, Carlos Slim, as you know, comes from Mexico. He's given many millions of dollars to the Clintons and their initiative. So Carlos Slim, largest owner of the paper from Mexico. Reporters at the New York Times, they're not journalists. They're corporate lobbyists for Carlos Slim and for Hillary Clinton.
Who's Carlos Slim? Well, some say he's a Mexican drug lord. Some say he's a human trafficker. I'm about to show you a video clip where a woman hysterically outside of a hotel in Mexico is yelling to help get people's attention to tell them that Carlos Slim has people in an underground bunker. And I will let you know that the police took and she was never heard from again. So now we got that out of the way. Tim Ballard admits Carlos Slim is the financier of the movie. Carlos Slim is in bed with the Clinton Foundation and the Clintons and with the Gates Foundation. The Clintons, believe it or not, are in on this stuff. During the 5 years, whistleblowers are coming in to Utah and they're telling the prosecuting attorney there, where Tim Ballard's company is, that he's fabricating a lot of his stuff, right? He's like basically lying so he can get more donations, okay? And so the prosecuting attorney is looking into Tim Ballard and his organization, and they're finding out that, you know, he is not, his company and him have not personally went in themselves for a raid. They're piggybacking in with other government agencies and then making it look like the Underground Railroad was in charge of the whole operation.
Tonight, Fox 13 News has confirmed there is a criminal investigation into the Utah-based nonprofit Operation Underground Railroad.
The organization works to rescue human trafficking victims around the world, including here in Utah. Fox 13 News investigative reporter Adam Herbets joins us now with what we know so far. Adam.
Yeah, Bob Kelly, because this is an ongoing criminal investigation, both sides are very limited in what they are saying. But Fox 13 News has learned that prosecutors are looking into several allegations. Now, Fox 13 News has learned the Davis County Attorney's Office has opened a criminal investigation into Operation Underground Railroad. According to Davis County Attorney Troy Rawlings, quote, "We've received complaints and are in the process of reviewing those complaints to answer questions about the nonprofit." The Davis County Attorney's Office is also saying little about its case, but Fox 13 has learned County Attorney Troy Rawlings posted a series of messages on his personal Instagram account last month. Quote, "Please beware of any individual, entity, or organization who solicits your money and may be claiming credit for work to protect children that is actually done by our task force. They have had absolutely zero involvement in any of these arrests and successful prosecutions you see on display on the wall of shame in the Davis County Attorney's Office. According to public records, the nonprofit's revenue has more than tripled over a span of 4 years.
Let's do it, man. We're going to answer the controversial questions right now. Oh, there's some big ones.
OUR posted this video online last week, which did not address the investigation.
The sooner we answer these questions, the sooner we can all join together and putting all of our efforts down.
Earlier today, we received this brief response from Operation Underground Railroad's legal counsel, Adam Becker, who says he spoke with the Davis County attorney today, who told him there is no investigation. We also reached out to the Attorney General, Sean Reyes. His office says they aren't aware of any investigation, and he wouldn't comment, even if he was aware of one. Bob, Kelly?
So, Adam, is there an investigation going on then?
Yeah, I mean, based on all of the documents we've received, based on the quotes we've heard from Troy Rawlings, the Davis County attorney, we firmly believe there is an investigation going on here. We cannot answer or speculate why OUR's attorney would send us a statement stating that there isn't one, but we're confident in our reporting, which is why we're here tonight.
Adam, this is a bombshell of a story. Of course, that nonprofit, very well known here in Utah. Keep us updated.
There's a lot of that stuff going on right now. You don't see what you see. You don't see the chemtrails in the sky. You don't smell burnt plastic when you're out doing your daily activities and your eyes are burning. Nothing to see here. It's just wildfires. Don't worry about that balloon. It's just a weather balloon. Nothing's going on here. All right, so bottom line is, he's under investigation. The movie's made 5 years ago. Carlos Slim finances the movie. Carlos Slim loves the Gates Foundation and he loves the Clinton Foundation. Now I want to back up just a little bit because I want to show you a video that I found with the Utah City Council members. This is awesome stuff, man. All this information is at the end of your fingertips. Like, all you have to do is spend some time researching and doing your due diligence. This is the information age.
That to a judge and get a sentence for that. Maybe a homicide case, perhaps. But again, primarily the use of this software, as I understand it, is strictly children. And that would be the SOP we would utilize for extrapolating this information from a cell phone.
Okay, thank you.
Councilmember Studley. Whenever I was reading through here, it doesn't say that that's all that it has to be used for. It said that that's what the recommended use is, but they wouldn't pull back their contract or funding or require the city to pay them back if they used it for something else. You said that you guys were approached by this company. I just want to kind of read some information here. So in 2020, Tim Ballard, who founded he came under investigation and is the subject of several investigative series that details his relationship with corrupt foreign government officials, his history of fabricating rescues and statistics, and several reports detailing accusations by law enforcement agencies, both foreign and domestic, accusing Ballard of fabricating and extricating their relationships, including multiple accusations of creating and fostering an environment of child sex trafficking, and evidence detailing OUR was an ongoing criminal enterprise since its founding. The other thing I want to read is that, and this is the Organized Underground Railroad, they are centered around Black and Latino children in its fundraising work, but ignored requests from Black activists to change the organization's name. At the same time, Ballard called an Operation Underground painting by Utah artist John McNaught, who also was the early, did a painting of Barack Obama burning the Constitution in 2012. He created a painting for this organization depicting Ballard, his wife, and other white people carrying Black and brown children rescued from trafficking along a literal railroad, with Harriet Tubman standing to the side and referencing along their path. And finally, Anne Gallagher, who the United States Department called the leading global expert on the international law on human trafficking, published an essay critical of Ours Tactics, which is this company that approached you guys. She said that their raids show an alarming lack of understanding about how sophisticated criminal trafficking networks must be approached and dismantled, and called their operations arrogant, unethical, and illegal. So I just want to make sure that we all understand who we're getting in bed with here, and that if there is software that's available for this type of uncovering device, if you have a warrant from a judge, I'm sure that there are other companies that would be willing to help you or that we could work with, but I'm not comfortable getting in bed with this company at all, and I don't think that you guys as a police department should want to get in bed with someone like this either.
Now, I know you're probably focused on the information that she was sharing about the Tim Ballard's company being under investigation. That had your focus, but my focus backed up onto the police officer who was bringing in a yes or no vote for basically computer software that he hadn't even vetted, right? They don't even know that Tim Ballard and his company was under investigation, okay? He's ready to insert this spyware into the computers without any knowledge of actually where it comes from or the purpose of it. And this is one of the problems that we have in government today. Luckily, that city council person and a couple of others spoke up in opposition, slowed the process down, and now they'll be able to make an educated decision. But it was telling to see that she was saying maybe we could just find another company that can provide us the same information or software. And it was almost like the police officer was against it, like he was on a mission. But I don't know, it just could be me. Maybe watch it again and leave a comment down below on what you think. The backstory here is that police departments are going to be sent out this software, and this software is going to be used to gather information, a database if you will, and started making databases. This is what's happened.
Aware of, so that we don't allow our emotions to blind us from logic and reason. According to MK Ultra whistleblowers, the CIA acquired children for Project Monarch by cataloging child pornography sent through the U.S. mail. And the only thing that's changed since then is that the world has gone digital. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, or the NCMEC, went international in 1999. The ICMEC was launched by Hillary Clinton and Tony Blair, with Richard Branson acting as a founding sponsor. In 2009, the Clinton Global Initiative partnered with the Polaris Project, and by 2014, they created a global modern-day slavery database of organizations in 199 countries to monitor human trafficking. Also in 2009, Amber Ready Incorporated selected the Podesta Group, the infamous pedophile art collectors of the WikiLeaks Podesta email scandal, to be their PR company, where they were responsible for promoting Amber Ready's cell phone technology, which created a database of children so that if they ever were abducted, their information was already on file. Once this child database syndicate was launched, human trafficking increased. Within 9 years, the human trafficking industry went from around $30 billion a year to $150 billion a year. Nearly all child pornography is processed and stored within this framework on foreign servers in Sweden. In 2014, President Obama assigned the task of how to manage this gathered intelligence data to John Podesta. The Clintons, the Podestas, and their friends are demonstrably involved on the criminal side of child sex trafficking. If this is news to you, I recommend my report from 2019, Are the Clintons Involved in Human Trafficking?, which is based on the well-researched article by Corey Diggs. And it is this group who manage and run Polaris, the ICMEC, and the NCMEC. And these are the same groups that Angel Studios, producers of The Sound of Freedom, are directing people to as a way to combat child trafficking.
Confirms what we all already know. Our government is corrupt on the highest levels. Sex trafficking in America is off the chain. Now, this next clip I'm going to show you is, well, I'll just show it to you.
So you may know that children were coming to this country from other countries. We were taking them into the care, HHS, and then delivering them to sponsors, unvetted sponsors throughout the United States.